Okay, let's start with it. So last day we have discussed HTML basics, right? Last day we have discussed HTML basics. Actually, we have discussed about the colors and entities. Colors and entities, that is the topic that we have discussed. And today we have to continue from that level. That means we have to discuss more about lists and tables. That is our plan for today. So we'll be discussing about tables and lists, right? So before we begin, I would like to emphasize one point. Actually, I didn't discuss this in the previous days, but so I think this is important. Therefore, I was discussing this in single medium class as well. Therefore, I'll be explaining them, I'll be explaining that to you as well. That is about YC weak editors. What you see is what you get. We call YC weak or VC weak. What you see is what you get. Please write down. This is special topic. So sometimes this will be asked, but normally, so this is not coming under this part, but still you need to know about what are these YC weak editors. Right? What you see is what you get. Please write down the heading. YC weak editors, or what you see is what you get. YC weak editors. Under that, please write down. Under that, please write down. When you are editing documents, when you are editing HTML documents, these editors will support you to create the web page. These editors will support you to create web page without using much coding. Without using much coding. Once you create the design, the editor will automatically generate the code for you. If you wish, you can edit the code or let the VCV editor to do it. When you edit the front end. Please write down this. Examples are front page, Dreamweaver, examples are front page, Dreamweaver, and even MS Word can be used as we see. So please write down this. I'll explain this by showing you an example. So first of all, please write this. Right, let's see how this works. I'm not going to do this, what do you call? Dreamweaver, front page, exam. Don't worry, that won't be asking the examination. Even the word, you won't get questions, but you need to know. That's all. Right, okay, let's take a new Word file, new document, the make a wall done on Word. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a background color. Word background color. So let's go to design. From that, I'm selecting page color. Okay, blue. Then make it. So I can go to either web view. There is a view called web view. Or normal view. This is normal view. Under normal view, let me write this is my first page. Then I'm selecting this and increasing the font size, make it center, and change the font color to white. And okay, let's insert a picture as well. Insert picture. So this is how you edit web pages, right? How nice, easy. But don't worry, you won't get questions. And also you don't have to do like this. When you are creating web pages, you have to code. Because in grade 11, you need to learn coding, right? You can't just drag and drop, or you can insert pictures and tell me, this is how insert it. Code make lazy ready. So then picture from file, I'm going to insert a picture. This is Word, right? So let's insert a picture. Let me insert this picture. Okay, I'll insert this. Okay, now there's a picture as well. So there's a web page and there's a picture. I'm going to save this now. File, save as. You can also do this. File, save as. It was a from here, I'm going to select HTML. So better web page filtered version. Then it will only save the relevant HTML. Otherwise, this Microsoft HTML, lot of codes will be added. That is additional. It very lazy filtered web page. Web page filtered HTML. So let me save. Yes, that is done. And this is what you can see. And that is what you are going to get. So that is the idea. This is what you can see in Make and that is what you're going to get. So how? When I go to desktop and if I run my first page, let's double click. And this is what you get. Same thing. What you see is what you get. How simple. You didn't even see a code. Single code. You even didn't see any code. Not even a single code. So to check the code, you can right click on the page, view page source. On a page, you can just right click, view page source. Right click and view page source, and it will be displaying the web page. This is the code. You won't understand this for the moment, but some codes you will understand. Head, HTML. So these are tags, then body tag, then some paragraph tags, attributes, colors. Here, DG color. Color is applied. Colors we learned last week. How to apply colors we learned last week. That you can understand. That is this blue color. So this is the code. How to view the code? Again, right click on the page. After double clicking, right? First, say after saving, you have to go to the location and double click on the web page. Then it will be loaded. Then right click and view page source in the browser. When you view page source in the browser, you will be seeing the web page. So simple. And you will be seeing the source code or how it is created. You can see any web page you can check like this. Right, Puti, that is what YCV editors are. YCV editors can. YCV editors, that much of simple. You can just do your work and after that save the file. Code will be auto-generated for you. So that is easy way of writing code. Okay, so then let's move to the next topic. Please write down the topic, lists in HTML. Actually, there are 3 kinds of lists. Under that, we will be learning ordered list, unordered list, and definition list that we are going to learn today. lists in HTML is the heading. Okay, let's see what are these lists. Lists can be created for few reasons. Reason number one, lists can be created for few reasons. And reason number one, when you really want to list a set of items. Let's say you want to display some list in a page, then you are creating list. That is number one. If you want to display something in a list, you have to use list. That's all. And the second thing is when you want to add menus into your web pages. You know the web page will have menus. For an example, let's go to a website ni.lp. There are menus here. Home, information, courses, advertisement, download, online, contact. These are menu items. If you want to create menu items and sub-menu items, okay, let's go to some here, download English medium syllabuses. Then you'll get these drop-down lists, menus, sub-menus. If you want to create that, still you can use lists. List can be converted to a menu. That is the second reason. The first reason is you want to display the items. The second reason, the first reason is you want to display the items. The second reason is you need to create menus. So those are the two reasons that you create the lists. Okay, let's create a small list first. So I'm going to start my web page, HTML and HTML close tag, and in between I'm going to write head tag, and so in between that I'm going to write title tag, and title for my web page is lists. I'm going to write lists, and then the body tag. So let's create a simple list, ordered list, OL. Not O level, it is ordered list. Then list items. Then you can mention like, okay, let's mention some items. Red, green, and blue. I'm copying and pasting. Red, green, blue. This is simple way of creating list. Save. And when you go and when you double click this list, now you can see 3 items are there. That is 1, 2, 3, red, green, blue. And this is the code related to that. Very simple list. It has 1, 2, 3 format. Actually, when you have not given the type, it will take this 1, 2, 3. But you can give the type. There are 5 types. So type can be 1, 2, 3, 4. That is same, right? If you have given or not given, it's getting 1, 2, 3. It can be A, B, C, D. Simple. When type is A, it will take A, B, C, D, simple. When type is capital A, it will take capital A, B, C. When type is I, it will take 1, 2, 3 Roman numbers. When it is capital I, it will take 1, 2, 3 capital Roman numbers. So that is how. And you can also create lists inside lists. That is called nested lists. List athulit list hadanna. So okay, under the blue, I'm going to create another list. Under that, you can create ordered list, another. And then some more list items. Let's say list item 1, royal blue. And another list item. So let's say another list item, sky blue. Save. Refresh, and you can see under blue, royal blue, and sky blue comes. When the type is not mentioned, it will automatically take 1, 2. But if type is given, so let's say type A. So then under 1, 2, 3, you have A, B. After that, you can add normal. So let's say another list item that is after this list. That is black. Black comes to the first. Here. 1, 2, 3. Fourth one is the black. Because after finishing this ordered list, I'm adding black. So that will be under the first list. So this is how you nest the lists. Okay, you can get an idea from this. I need you to do this practically, right? If you if it's better if you can do this practically, because so rather than just writing and remembering these like parrots, it is really recommended to do the practicals. Then you can remember this very, very easily. So I recommend you to download, there's a software called Notepad++. You can download that for coding, or you can use Notepad, either way. Anyway, first of all, please write the note lists. Then there are 3 lists, ordered list, and then write the tags that you need, and also the types. No need to write the single one. If you really need, you can write, but so that is not recommended. So you can just write the English part only. Then you have 3 items, bus, van, car. How to create that? You can see ordered list, bus, car, van. So that is how it's created. And you can see the example. Right? Example, no need to look at this example. You can just do this example using Notepad. I'll help you. I'll help you how to do that. First of all, please write down and let me know once you are done. List up to example part, please write. No need to write the example because this example is there. So after doing this in your computer or your mobile phone, you can write it later. First of all, just create this. Also take a snapshot if you cannot do for the moment. Sometimes you are doing using your mobile phone, and if you are unable to do, just take a picture of this. But writing, don't take a picture because that is cheating yourself. If you write, you can remember something, but if you don't write, you can remember nothing. You can simply take screenshot, but that won't give you the proper exposure. Try to do the practical if you are joining using the computer. Okay, I'll be giving permission. So if you like, you can share the screen. So I'll just give few minutes. I can assist you, right? If you share, I can assist you. If you don't, like, it's okay. Take the chances. These are valuable, golden. Right? So gold is not valuable these days, is it? ගන්න chances ගන්න පුතේ කියන්නේ මුකුත්ම දන්නේ නැති වුණත් මේවා ගන්න. මොකද එතකොට මේ වාට ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන් වැඩිපුර. No one is to share. Okay, then I'll be sharing my screen, right? Metsani, Timasha, anyone? Or Gumnadi, anyone? Anyone who wish to share, you can share the screen. I'll teach you how to do that. That's why I'm telling. Okay, so it seems not interested, right? Okay. Still you have chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Okay, no option. Then I expect that you can do it alone. ඔයාලා share කරා නම් මට කියලා දෙන්න පුළුවන් A to Z කියලා දෙනවා. So that is why I'm asking that. So writing from here to here, I'll tell you what to do. So are you joining using your computer or using your mobile phone? Okay, how many of you are joining using mobile phones? Can you raise your hand? Okay, Timasha, then you can't share. Others using the computer? Both are using mobile phones. Metsani, what about you? Metsani, can you hear me? Okay, but anyway, so you just watch the recording and try to do this along. So I was trying to assist you in my level best, but it seems like you don't like to get that chance. And anyway, so try to join using your computer and do the practicals when doing this, right? Okay. So let me. So what you can do is you can go to Google and try to download. There is a software called Notepad++. You can download that. That is available for Mac OS. That is available for Windows. Anything. It's very simple software. You can just download. And here, actually, this is the Windows version. Seems right. Yeah. So So different versions are there. You can just download the Windows version of it. If I download, I'll be getting, yeah, exe. This is Windows version, right? You have to get that and install. Then you will be getting Notepad++. It's very easy to edit the HTML like this. Yeah, this is what I got. So unordered list. So ordered list, we discuss about ordered list. What is ordered list? Ordered list is a numbered list, as I said here. So these numbers can be so different formats of numbers are there. So these numbers can be 1, 2, 3, 4 type, A, B, C, D type, and capital Roman letters, simple Roman letters, simple letters, anything. And another important point I couldn't mention, you can mention the starting point. As an attribute, you can say start with number 3. Then what will happen when you ask to start with number 3, it will start from 3, 4, 5. You can see 3, 4, 5, 6, like let's move in. So any list you can give the starting point. Let's say start by 8, and you will be starting with the 8th English letter. So that is H, I. You can see. Starting point also you can define based on the criteria, or based on the based on the type that you use, the starting point will be changed. So that is another thing. So please take a screenshot of that. So here when you are coding, don't write the numbers, right? Numbers are not needed because coding, well, I mean, numbers are not. This part is not necessary. Only you need to write the code here that you have to write in the notepad. Then you have to save, go to file, save as, and save this as any name that you like, .html. .html save. HTML is the file type. So then you will be getting colors in notepad again, but in Notepad++ you can get the colors as well. Okay, now you know about the ordered list. So let's learn about unordered list now. Let's learn about unordered list, UL, unordered list. Okay, here it is. The second list type is unordered list. In unordered list, right? In unordered list, similar to ordered list, you have 2 tags. That is UL for unordered list, UL for unordered list, and LI for list items. Let's have these 4 list items, which is mentioned here. So there are only 4 list items here. So let me save and let me refresh, and you can see all are. This is called disk, D-I-S-C, disk. Actually, disk is the default for here. Disk is the default for. Disk is default for the first level list. But when you try to nest another one, let's say let's nest this what the royal blue and all. Let's nest this in unordered list this time, right? So the second level, this is second level now. Second level, it will be circle. It's automatically changing, right? But you saw in this ordered list, it was only 1, 2, 3. Normal number 1, 2, 3. Ordered list were 1, 2, 3 But here, that is the default. But if you specifically mention type A, type I, then it changed. But here, even if you are not mentioning specifically, the first level will be, right? Even type I, these things are not necessary. These are not valid even. You don't want to type I, these things are not necessary, right? Because you don't have that types in unordered list. But the second level will be automatically like this. If I try to mention a third level inside second level, let's try to mention a third level. I'm going to have another unordered list, that is third level list. Inside after sky blue. So let's say sky blue type 1 and sky blue type 2. So you have 2 type of sky blues. And you can see, you can see this is matte, and this is Let's say type 1, type 2, that is easy. And the third level is square. Third level default is square. The first level default is disk. The second level default is circle. First level disk, second level circle, third level it is square. So that is the default if you are not mentioning anything, but you can explicitly mention the type. Starting point නම් වැඩක් නෑ මොකද unordered නේ කොහෙන් පටන් ගත්තත් එකයි. You can say the type square කිව්වොත් ඒතර explicitly ඒක square වෙනවා. Here first level will be square. So if you mention the second level අපි දාමුකෝ type එකටත් type එක දාමු let's say type is disk DISC, then the disks will come. Third level එකට අපි දාමුකෝ explicitly type is circle කියලා. Then circle will come to the third level. Likewise, you can decide what to do. By default, it is disk, circle, square. But you can override, you can put your own type into the lists. Now you saw how it happens. And let's move to the note and write down about this and then do the example. So please take your time, write down about unordered list and the defaults. Then try or just take a snapshot and try this later. When you are doing this practical using the computer, you can try it. Okay, now you can start writing unordered list and also try this code. I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay, so take a snapshot of this. Third type is definition list. DL, definition list. So OL, ordered list, LI is list item, O unordered list, UL, LI is list item, and third one is definition list. Definition list actually, this is used for showing glossary, abbreviations, etc. And it has different implementation. Unlike this unordered list, ordered list, it has DL for definition list, and then you don't have LI. Instead of that, it has T, definition term. So let's say definition term is something like SATA, and then you can write the description. SATA means serial advanced technology attachment. So likewise, you can write the definition. The next is another term and description. So let's say IDE, integrated device electronics. And once you've done, so you can see it will be displayed as SATA, and with a space, the description ID with the space, and next line space description. So this is what you get. So, and how you write down, that is using DT and DT. So that has 3 tags and no attributes. No specific, you can mention attributes, but so no key attributes are there. So just write down this and also write down the implementation quickly. Right, the next point is now we know about the list. So you need to combine them. I'll keep this as a homework. So I can give this, but then like I'm going to, this is going to be a recorded lesson, something like that. But rather than doing that, you need to try, because you have not given any interactivity today. No one shared the screen. Don't know why, what's the reason, but anyway, no one has shared the screen. So I need you to do some work, because this is not a one-man show. So if it is one-man show, I can do the examination for you as well. And today we had examination for new all grade 11 students, but I cannot go and write the exam on behalf of them. Therefore, you need to work. So take a screenshot of this and try to create this nested list. You can see list inside list inside list. There are 3 types of lists. Ordered list, this is unordered list, This is another ordered list, and this is another ordered list. Likewise, few list types are there. So try to create the mentioned list. Take a snapshot or take a screenshot and try to create this list as a homework. Okay. I hope you have taken the snapshot or screenshot. Now, very important lesson. So this is very, very important. I need you to do practicals related to this. Otherwise, it will be quite difficult to understand this because this has more text than the previous one. This has more text than the previous one. So I expect you to do more practicals on this tables. Again, when we were discussing about the list, I said why we are learning list. There are two reasons behind that. One is you can display things according to bulleted or numbered format or as a glossary or terms. So that is one reason. The second reason is menus. Similar to that, for tables, there are two reasons. One is if you want to display data in tabular format. If you want to display data in tabular format, that is one reason why you need tables. Tables with data dala pennන්න. This සරලයිනේ. කලින් list විදියටම data දාලා පෙන්නන්නත් list ඕන, menu විදියට දාන්නත් list ඕන. දැන් tables ගැන කතා කරද්දී tables ඕන අපිට එකක් තමයි tables විදියට data දාන්න. The second reason. So the first reason is to represent data in tabular format, and the second reason is to display or divide page into sections. පිටුවක් කොටස් වලට බෙදා දක්වන්න. So that is the second reason we call layouting. So therefore, this lesson, this table lesson is very important, and you will definitely get a question from this area in the paper. Therefore, practice and be prepared. Okay, so let's do that now. I'm going to erase all these things related to the list. Instead of that, I'm going to mention table. So see the practical first. Table. So when I save this, file save, Control S, and when I refresh the page, you can see nothing. It's empty. But when I try to add a border, let's say border equal 1, you can see small dot, only a dot, right? So let me zoom that, Control plus. Now 500% zoomed. Now you can see square. Zoomed 500% and you can see square. Okay, it's a dot. When I zoom, it will become square. So, but this is very tiny item, and you cannot see anything. Let's add width. Width equal 100. Now you can see a line. So let's add height. Height equal, let's say height equal 200, and nothing is there, right? Height is not applied, but width is applied. So let's add a row. TR, table row. Now you can see the height. When I add the row, you can see the height. Okay, what I have done? I have added a table. So let me undo. Table, nothing was there, empty. I added border. Understand this carefully. Border එකක් දැම්මට පස්සේ you can see a dot. When I zoom this, Control plus 100% zoom කරාමත් කොටුවක් විතරයි. It's only a square. So nothing. So then I have add width එකක් දැම්ම. When I add width 100 or 200, you can see a line එකක් තියෙනවා. Width එක. So if I increase the height, width and height, 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 then so height, let's say height is 100 pixels. But when I add a table row, TR, you can see a square. Once table row is, let me write something. 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 I have written something. Now you can see something came to outside the border. So that is not included in the table. If I write inside the table row, still it is outside. Again, may then table okay, so let me erase this and let me add something else, that is table heading. I'll give the note, right? But before that, I have to show the practicals. Table heading. Then I'll write something. Table heading, something. Now you can see something came to the middle of the table. Now we are listing data. Now we are including data. So you can see that inside the table. So there is another way of adding that is table data. Instead of TH, you can mention TD. Let's write another thing. Now another thing has also come. But unlike the previous one has something came to the middle and it is bold and center, but this is left aligned. So let me increase the width a little. I'll add in 400 width. Now you can see this clearly. The first one is bold and center. Bold center because it is a TH. TH is heading. Heading styles is bold and center. But this is normal data. Data style is left aligned. Nothing is simple left aligned. So now you can add multiple rows. PR, copy, paste. Now 4 rows. And since you have 4 rows, you can see that like this. Now you know how to add a table and what are the tags related to that. So let's write down. Okay, so this is tables, heading is table. Then please write down this part. I'll drag. When you write down, please let me know. I can drag it up. Meanwhile, see the practical code also. So please write it down. Then okay. Here in the table, we are using that for 4 purposes as we learned earlier, tabular format and divide page into sections. And a table has rows. Rows. Table has rows. And so this way it has columns. These are columns. Table has rows and columns. Then outside this black color bar, you can say it's a table border. And how the columns and rows, actually row has different cells. These cells form the columns. When you introduce cells, it forms the columns. We are not going to divide horizontally instead of that. So let's say in the first row, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. So 6 cells. So when you introduce 6 cells, it will automatically divide into 6 columns. So that is what happening. And the tags that we are using, table tag is the introducing table, introducing row, TR, and TD and TH both used to introduce cells, but TH is a special cell. It has bold and center feature. And this T head, T body, caption, call group are group in, used for group in certain cells. We will learn that next week. Attributes, border. Border is adding outline. You can see when the border is 10. So let's increase that border. When border is 10, you can see there is a thick outline. Border is 100, very thick outline. So that is the border. Now you can understand what is the border, right? Okay, and border, for border, you can give border color even. Border, COLO, or another attribute, border color. Let's say red. So then you will see a red border as the border color. In the internal also, these borders, you can see the border color red. And that is border. So border 100 will give 100 pixel border, and border color red will make all the borders red. Then let's move to the next one. BG color. BG color will decide the background color. Let's say I want to give a BG background color to this TD. BG COLOR, let's say blue. So it will make that cell background blue. When you apply the background color blue, particular cell will get blue color. But if you apply that color to row, so let's apply that color to the entire row, TRBG color. So let's say green. So then the entire row will be green. So if you apply background color to the entire table, you can apply BG color here. So let's say BG color black. The entire table will look black. Except the mentioned things, other things will be black color, including the spaces in the middle. So if you remove this blue and green, the entire table will look black. So BG color will, when you apply to the table tag, entire table will be black. When you apply to the row, entire row will be particular color. When you apply to the cell will be particular color. So that is it. So let's say I'm applying yellow, right? The black is not visible, so let's see. Okay. Now you can see it. Right, okay. Now we have added all the attributes, and what else? Width and height we also already designed, align and vertical align. That is to align the cells, center, left, right, etc. Cell spacing, cell padding need to discuss. So what is cell spacing? Cell spacing is space between two cells. Cell spacing is space between 10. So let's say 10. So if you mention 10, the space between here two cells will become 10. So let's increase the width to 800 to make it more room. And now you can see space between two cells 10. So let's increase that to 40, and you can see more space between the cells. That is cell spacing 40. And cell padding means the gap between the cell border and the content. That is the next attribute, cell padding. Lot of attributes, right? Cell padding. So no spaces, right? No spaces, only spaces are there between the attributes and attribute value. So cell padding, cell spacing, single word. Right? Let's say cell padding is 20. Cell border and the content. May border ekai mekai atara paratara thama cell padding. This is the gap between cell border and the content. This gap. Cell border and the content. This gap is called cell padding. Okay, I think we have discussed everything. Now it's time to wind up the lesson. So we have discussed many things, and I hope that you have written all the things in the note. So let's stop for today. Next day I'll be discussing this exercise, and I have given a homework as well. Please look into that too. I'll be discussing this part next day. Right, then good night. See you all next week.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.